Hi, welcome to Arkintel. What if I told you that one of the greatest rivalries in automotive history wasn't about innovation but about revenge? Picture this. A wealthy entrepreneur walks into the office of a legendary car maker with a simple suggestion. Instead of gratitude, he's mocked, humiliated. Most people would walk away, defeated. But not Ferruccio Lamborghini. That moment didn't break him, it forged him. What started as an insult sparked a chain reaction. A mechanic turned businessman vowed to create something the world had never seen. He wasn't just out to build a better car. He wanted to destroy the myth of Ferrari. This wasn't just a business decision, it was personal. This is the untold story of a man who turned a grudge into a global empire, who built a legacy from the ground up, and whose name would become synonymous with power, speed, and defiance. But before the roaring engines, the sleek designs, and the raging bull logo, there was a farm boy, a war prisoner, and a dream that refused to die. You think you know Lamborghini? Think again. Stay with me because this story has twists you won't see coming. Ferruccio Lamborghini was born in 1916 in the small Italian village of Cento to a family of grape farmers. His parents worked tirelessly to maintain the family farm, a tradition passed down through generations. At the time, Italy was struggling to recover from the devastation of World War I, with economic hardships and food shortages affecting nearly every household. Despite these challenges, young Ferruccio displayed a fascination for machinery that set him apart. On the farm, the family's tractor became his personal project. He would spend hours dismantling and reassembling it, captivated by the mechanics and possibilities it offered. While his father hoped Ferruccio would follow in his footsteps and eventually take over the farm, Ferruccio had other dreams. His passion for engineering drove him to leave his rural upbringing behind and enroll in a technical college in Bologna. This decision would mark the first step in a life defined by innovation and ambition, setting him on a path far beyond the fields of his childhood. After completing his technical studies, Ferruccio began working as a mechanic, applying his engineering knowledge to repair and maintain machinery. However, his career was soon disrupted by the outbreak of World War II. Drafted into the Royal Italian Air Force, Ferruccio was stationed on the Greek island of Rhodes, where he was tasked with maintaining military vehicles, including tractors and diesel trucks. This role allowed him to deepen his understanding of mechanics and problem solving under challenging conditions. In 1943, after Italy signed an armistice, German forces took control of Rhodes. Rather than returning to Italy, Ferruccio chose to remain on the island, where he opened a small mechanical workshop, repairing vehicles for locals and the occupying forces. By the war's end in 1945, the Allied forces captured him, but recognizing his technical skills, they had him repair their vehicles instead of detaining him in harsh conditions. In 1946, Ferruccio was finally released and returned to Italy. He found a country struggling to rebuild, with widespread economic challenges and limited opportunities. Despite the hardships, Ferruccio's wartime experiences had equipped him with invaluable expertise and a determination to forge a path of his own in the post-war world. Ferruccio saw an opportunity in the devastation around him. Farmers couldn't afford expensive tractors, and the high cost of petrol only made things worse. Using his experience, he began repurposing surplus military vehicles, modifying engines to make them more affordable and efficient. One of his key innovations was a fuel atomizer that allowed engines to switch from gasoline to cheaper diesel once started. This breakthrough led to the creation of his first tractor. However, progress was slow. Ferruccio started by building just one tractor per week on his own. To expand production, Ferruccio used his father's farm as collateral for a bank loan. This allowed him to purchase 1,000 British Morris engines and set up a proper factory. By 1950, Lamborghini Trattori was producing 200 tractors annually and had become a leading name in Italy's agricultural industry. Ferruccio even hosted an annual tractor pulling competition in his hometown to showcase the strength of his machines, and Lamborghini tractors always came out on top. With his tractor business thriving and his wealth growing, Ferruccio began indulging his passion for luxury cars. He built an impressive collection, including models from Maserati, Alfa Romeo, and Ferrari. Among them was his prized Ferrari 250 GT, a car revered by many as the pinnacle of engineering and luxury. However, Ferruccio found the car far from perfect. He criticized it for being too noisy, uncomfortable for regular use, and prone to frequent mechanical issues. One recurring problem was the clutch, which required multiple repairs. Upon closer inspection, Ferruccio was shocked to discover that the clutch in his Ferrari was identical to one used in his tractors. Frustrated, Ferruccio decided to bring the issue directly to Enzo Ferrari, the legendary founder of the brand. Expecting a constructive conversation, Ferruccio instead encountered disdain. Enzo dismissed his complaints, telling him, "Let me make cars and you stick to making tractors." The insult struck deeply, but instead of backing down, Ferruccio turned his frustration into resolve. He vowed to create a car that wouldn't just compete with Ferrari, it would surpass it in every way. This moment marked the beginning of a rivalry that would reshape the world of luxury automobiles forever. Ferruccio didn't waste any time after his confrontation with Enzo Ferrari. In 1963, he established Automotive Lamborghini, determined to build a car that would rival the best in the world. To achieve this, he brought together a team of highly skilled engineers, including several who had previously worked for Ferrari. That same year, Lamborghini's first car, the 350 GT, was unveiled at the Turin Auto Show. However, with the engine still in development, Ferruccio devised a clever solution. He used bricks to weigh down the hood, giving the car the appearance of being complete. Remarkably, no one noticed the trick, and the prototype generated significant interest. When the production model of the 350 GT was finally released, it lived up to the hype. Lamborghini sold 13 units right after its launch, a promising start for a brand new luxury car maker. Over the next 2 years, the company produced and sold 120 cars, firmly establishing itself as a serious competitor in the high-end automotive market. Ferruccio's vision was becoming a reality, and his rivalry with Ferrari was just beginning to heat up. While Ferruccio concentrated on refining the 350 GT and expanding Lamborghini's reputation, a group of his engineers worked covertly on an ambitious side project. They envisioned a car unlike any other, drawing inspiration from Formula One racing technology. This project would become the Lamborghini Miura, featuring a revolutionary mid-engine layout that dramatically enhanced performance and handling. When the Miura was unveiled in the 1966 Geneva Motor Show, it stunned the automotive world. Its sleek, aggressive design and cutting-edge engineering made it an instant sensation. Combining breathtaking aesthetics with an unparalleled performance, the Miura wasn't just a car, it was a bold statement. The Miura redefined what a high-performance sports car could be, establishing Lamborghini as a true innovator and solidifying its place alongside the greatest names in the automotive industry. It marked a turning point, not just for the company, but for the supercar category as a whole. The 1970s brought economic challenges. Political turmoil in South Africa and Bolivia led to cancelled tractor orders, leaving Ferruccio with unsold inventory. At the same time, unionized workers and rising costs made it impossible to cut expenses. Ferruccio sold Lamborghini Trattori and later 51% stake in his car company for $600,000. By 1974, he sold his remaining shares and retired to the countryside, where he returned to his roots as a farmer and even started a successful wine business. After Ferruccio stepped away, Lamborghini Automobiles struggled to maintain its footing. By 1978, the company had fallen into financial trouble and filed for bankruptcy. In 1980, it was purchased by two French brothers for just $3 million. While they helped revive the brand, it wasn't enough to sustain long-term growth. In 1987, the iconic American automaker Chrysler saw potential in Lamborghini and acquired the company for $25 million. Under Chrysler's ownership, the brand saw some success, but it eventually changed hands again when an Indonesian conglomerate took control. The turning point came in 1998 when the Volkswagen Group purchased Lamborghini through its subsidiary Audi. With Volkswagen's resources and expertise, Lamborghini entered a new era of innovation and expansion, cementing itself as a leader in the supercar world. Today, Lamborghini is a global icon, synonymous with power, luxury, and cutting-edge design. Its legacy, rooted in Ferruccio's Lamborghini's bold vision and refusal to accept limits, continues to inspire awe and admiration around the world. Lamborghini's story is proof that a single moment can change everything. One insult, one spark of ambition, and one man's relentless pursuit of excellence created a brand that became a global icon. Ferruccio Lamborghini may not have lived to see the full extent of his creation's success, but his spirit lives on in every car that bears the raging bull. It's not just a logo, it's a symbol of defiance, resilience, and the unyielding drive to prove the world wrong. So, the next time you see a Lamborghini on the road, remember, it's not just a car. It's the legacy of a man who turned an insult into success.